Okay, there's gonna be a bit of back dialogue. Oh, it's raining, or it's storming. Wonderful. But hello everyone, welcome back to another Endeavor SMP stream. I know it's been a while, but work has just been something. So I thankfully have starting today until Thursday off from work. So hopefully I can do at least like 1-2 more Endeavor streams this week before I have to go and disappear for most of next week. But with that said, is my audio good? Just out of curiosity. I'm just gonna. So hopefully I can do it. Yeah, my audio sounds good. You're gonna hear a little bit of a double repeat, but let's get started. I won't be able to look at chat very much because I'll be in character for most of it. But with that said, I am just going to get straight into it. I won't be able to respond to chat very much because I'm going to be in character for the first little portion. But hopefully you know, I have something that I'm going to work on for most of this stream. But with that said, we're just gonna start, aren't we? Aren't we, fellas? But let us see. I have not been on the server in a hot minute, so I don't know what's changed in the last bit. Anyways. Oh god, I can't walk up these stairs. Well, how are you guys doing? Good? They look like they're doing good. They always like to vibe in that corner, but I don't even know how I feel, if I'm being honest. Do I feel okay? I don't know. Either way, I think I'm just When you have a moment, darling, I need to speak with you. I can speak. Yes, it must be in regards to some arrangements we made. Not quite sure what else she would want to talk about. I made a bubble. Password is talk. I'm at spawn. Before we head out, I need to grab some more food that isn't hopefully just fish, but I think I actually, never mind, have food in my shulker. So not much here has changed. I think this is Sophie's, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. But I don't want to keep Echo waiting too long. So I guess the only thing that we can do at this point is just get this arrangement. I'm not sure what else. Fennel's clippers. I'm not even going to ask. I don't think I want to know the answer. So we're just going to pretend we didn't see that. But it looks like not much here has changed since the last time I was awake. So I guess there's nothing else we can really do aside from go talk to Echo and see if they gathered any information from me about, well, about what happened, about this Alexei person. Hello?
Hello, darling. I'm behind you.
Oh.
What? On the slab?
Oh.
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you doing?
Could be better, I suppose.
Oh? Did something happen?
No, just a lot going through my head still.
Okay, well, I have an update.
Okay.
I was finally able to talk to the quote-unquote brother.
Okay.
And, darling, I hate to say this, but I asked him directly if he was involved in the separation of you and Misha, and he didn't deny it.
Define not denying it. Like, outright confirmed, or just didn't answer the question?
He just stared at me with a dead look in his eyes. And when I asked him why he hasn't been around, you know, to be with the siblings he thought were lost, he said he was trying to process it. And I said, well, it's been a couple of weeks since you've gotten here, and no one seems to know you exist. And I said, and you can ask Misha. Misha will confirm this, but it's... well, Gregor died.
What?
Gregor
How?
died. He fell, but, he was brought back to life because of Kaizen's Iron Golem wife Uriel sacrificed herself. And now he's back, but he's not the same. He's kind of warden-esque. Like, he's part warden now. Like, he's got the horns, the skull crowing on him.
That's...
And then, yesterday, Kaizen died. That's where he landed. In front of everybody at Circle Time. But I brought him back to life. Not only did I do that for Felrose, but I also helped Felrose finish their task. I got 2 of the locations myself. And I pointed out that I have done more for Felrose in the past 48 hours alone than he has in the 2 weeks. Much less trying to communicate with you and with Misha. And for someone that was so desperate to find their brother and sister, he didn't seem that enthusiastic about it when we conversed. In fact, he thought I was trying to set up the siblings, in fact, to fight against each other. When I was more concerned for the fact that, well, he hasn't done anything. At all. And he didn't really seem to care, frankly, about the fact that he's been away, about the fact that both you and Misha are keeping him hidden, about the fact of, he didn't really seem to care that I mentioned my concerns about him. And I asked him if he had proof, and he doesn't have proof that he's your older brother. He said he did, but that you were just infants when you were disappeared or what have you. And I said, I don't trust it. In the way he was acting, I don't think you should trust it either, darling.
So you think he's lying about being related?
I don't know if he's necessarily lying about being related. He might be maybe some sort of uncle or cousin. But the fact that he didn't give me a straight no, the only thing he disregarded, what he said he denied, was me being concerned that he was going to hurt the both of you. But the way he said it was like, I would never do that. No emotion behind it. Just, monotone. Almost impassive. Like he was trained to say that sentence, if asked.
Do you think he was lying about me and Misha being related? I'm just making sure.
I don't think he was. I don't think he's lying about the two of you. I think he's lying about his involvement. His relation to the both of you. I still think if he wasn't the direct cause of you both being separated, why wouldn't he just say that? Why would he just give me a dead stare? He didn't even shrug. He just gave no response. He just looked at me. He just looked at me like I was crazy for even, saying that to his face. And I did talk to Misha about him too. Not since I talked to Alexei, but I talked to Misha before I talked to Alexei, and I told him my concerns as well, and he thought I was also right. That he was concerned that he might be coming after you both to finish you both off. And that's his own faction member. Someone under him he's even concerned about now. Because even he doesn't trust as he was acting. And when I was talking to him, he just seemed so... I can almost use the word robotic. Like he was just spouting out passive answers to try not to give anything away, despite my questioning. I even tried a threat to see if that would get any rise out of him, and he didn't change. He just pulled out a weapon on me.
Well, granted.
Now listen, I'm not saying it's my strongest hour. But I said if I needed to, I would take him out to defend you both. And then he said I would like to see you try.
I don't know. It feels too... what's the word? Indecisive, I guess. Because a lot of what you observed, I don't know. It's just I would have to get to know him more myself somehow without...
Darling, he hasn't tried. Well, it's been 2 weeks since he's been here. And he hasn't tried to talk to you or Misha. And it got so bad that most of Felrose thought I was going crazy for asking about it. About if they had seen him, if they had talked to him. I talked to every member of Felrose that is currently alive and around about him. And no one knew a damn thing. It's like he's a ghost.
Then what do you think is the angle? If you genuinely think it's malicious intent.
I think he's been planning these past 2 weeks. Personally. If he doesn't work with his faction like he's supposed to, he doesn't talk to them. He's only talked to you and Misha and now myself, but he only talked to me because I directly messaged him to talk. Otherwise, he wouldn't have talked to me. And I went to a public place in case something happened. So only me being direct with him caused him to talk to somebody else besides himself the past couple of weeks.
Then
I found 2 of Felrose's items. I helped out Misha for free. I said maybe if I need something in the future, I'll ask for it. But I did it out of the goodness of my heart. Right? And I literally brought Kaizen back from the dead. You can ask Avery, Everett, Sable, Callum, Mariah, Sophie. All of us were here and watched Kaizen, well, watched that happen. And I brought him back. With Sable. Do you think someone who doesn't care, who is doing this for bad reasons, would go out of their way to do all these things for a faction that's not hers?
I mean, when you put it like that, I can't argue with the points that you've made. No sane person would... No decent person would do... I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is that not a lot of people would do what you've clearly done.
It was a lot. I had to, risk my life a couple of times in order to find the last couple items. Hell, Misha almost died yesterday, and I offered to give him my totems. He was with Gregor, trying to find the items. They went into one of those Chillager towers, and both of their totems popped. They almost died yesterday. And Alexei didn't react to it. He didn't seem to care. Meanwhile, I offered to give up for free 2 of my totems that I had found with 6.
Okay. So...
And he didn't seem to care that his quote-unquote brother almost died the day before. And he just
why
kept
am I only
accusing
now
me.
just finding out about this?
Because I have been waiting to tell you. I talked to him earlier today, and this happened yesterday, and you haven't been awake. But as soon as I saw you woke up, I was like, yes, let me tell Yasha that this happened.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. Give me one
Which
reason
one?
why I shouldn't.
Which one? Alexei?
Oh, the temptation.
Or Misha?
I'm gonna kill Misha for almost dying on me. I'm gonna kill Alexei for letting it happen.
Well, Alexei wasn't around when it happened, but... Listen, dear. Hey. What you need to do is not trust Alexei. That is your prerogative. You don't see anyone else coming and telling you and doing all these things, do you?
No, I don't.
No. I've been trying to help you. I'm not going to make any assumptions, but I would think more than your faction has.
I haven't even been able to tell them about the Misha revelation. I haven't even told them about Alexei because I've been just... I'm not trying to hide it from them, but at the same time, it's like... Admittedly, I'm concerned to how they would respond if they knew.
I don't think it's safe, frankly, for you to try to stay close to Alexei, especially since Alexei is accusing me of trying to separate the three of you. When all I am is just concerned.
Okay. If Alexei can't be trusted, what do you suppose we do then, huh? Because because I'm somewhat lucky to where at least I'm in blood might. But okay, how can I protect Misha if this person is there doing who knows what? Whatever his intentions might be.
Well, as of right now, Misha is not exactly... has taken my words to heart, I think. I hope. And I don't know if he's said anything or done anything about it. But, as I said, no one's seen Alexei. I'm the first one to see him in 2 weeks. Right? And... The point is, I think you should talk to Misha and just... I don't know, maybe set up a neutral location for the two of you that's away from Felrose. Maybe ask Misha to step down or something along those lines and have somebody else take over so he's not in the line of fire and he's more okay to get away. I don't know. But I don't think it's safe for Misha to be there.
I will...
The board has expanded now, did you hear?
Not till you just mentioned it.
Yeah, I have wings now. They're fun. But you have the area past the border now to go into. All of it outside is neutral territory. It can't be claimed by anyone. So you can go out. You can fly thousands of blocks away if you so chose. And find a spot. Here. We'll even give you a waystone. You find a spot. You place it down in that spot, and then when you want to talk with Misha in that place for the both of you, you go into a boat with your warp stone. He goes in. You both go to that one.
Okay.
Okay.
When it comes to Misha's leadership, I don't know what he is or isn't doing in Felrose, but nor do I feel like I have a say in whether or not he should or shouldn't step down, but...
Of course. It's just, when you're the leader, you're... Well... You're the one that gets put in harm's way more often than not. well, he was flying alone to try to find these locations for the challenge this week. And that was before I was even awake in order to help him. If he had died out there by himself, he would have had no one to pick him up. But because he's the leader, he had to make sure that it was done. It's just something to think about, okay?
Yeah. I'll think about it. And
Yeah.
I'll see if Misha and I can discuss the Alexei situation. Because I want to see where he stands on the matter before any decisions are made.
Yeah. And hey, if necessary, to defend you both, I will take him out.
Let me ask
Be
you
willing.
something,
Yeah.
since you were able to speak to him more than I was.
Mm-hmm.
Do you genuinely think from the bottom of your heart that he, directly or otherwise, is responsible for our parents possibly being dead? Because from the way he made it sound when the first time we spoke, he certainly made it sound that way.
To me, he said that he was a kid when it happened. And that he quote unquote tried to find you, but then got tired of it. And I don't know if the way that it sounded, since it was one of the only direct questions I asked him, and the only thing he said no to was trying to hurt you. He didn't say that he wasn't the cause. He wouldn't give me an answer. He just said he wouldn't hurt you, but even then, he said it so impassively it sounded like a robot.
So you think he was lying when he said he didn't know?
I think that he's involved somehow, and more than likely, he was the cause.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah. Hell, if this was Ezio, if this was my brother, I wouldn't have stopped, even if I was a child. I would have kept going if my younger sibling was lost. Because Ezio is my younger sibling. I wouldn't have stopped. And I told him that. But the fact that he used the phrase, "but I got tired," it broke my heart a little bit. I won't lie to you. That's a direct quote that he said to me today. Doesn't really sound like a caring older brother, does it?
I have a lot to think about.
And I'm sorry I had to, push this all on you today, but I wanted to make sure I gave you exact quotes before, how memory can get. And with how things are acting in these games, the enchantment is a level down now. Probably soon, the enchantment will be fully gone, and it'll be if you die, you're done, that's it. The only reason why Gregor even died in the first place was because no one was around to pick him up. Kaizen is a whole different other story, but that's not my story to tell, because all I will say is that Kaizen wasn't human, which is why he wasn't able to be picked back up. It's the whole thing. But Gregor could have been, but if something had happened to Misha, if he had found those same Chillager, because those Chillager castles, I was able to conquer 2 of them by myself yesterday. But he and Gregor were together and almost died by the swarms. The only reason why I survived is because I have one of these now.
Interesting.
Which is a maxed out sword. And because all of my armor pieces have thorns 3 on it.
So, what do you suggest the next step is? I speak to Misha, say he agrees to everything, then what?
Then you and him either together collectively go out into the border and trying to find a spot so that you can be safe away from Alexei, or you ask someone to do something drastic. So then you wouldn't have to worry about changing your positions, and you would get him out of the picture.
So you're suggesting assassination?
If necessary. It's not the most pleasant thing, but if it's to keep you safe, I would do it.
As I said.
But you have to talk with Misha first.
After all, one point still remains.
Mm-hmm.
They're both in Felbros.
Which is why I suggest the first thing you do besides talking to Misha is finding an area outside of the arena. It's all neutral territory out there.
As if the game makers won't just go after us if we try the run.
Well, you can't run, I would say, but you can find a spot that Alexei wouldn't be able to have access to.
Okay.
That even I wouldn't have access to.
Like I said.
Unless you decided to trust me with it, but I wouldn't force it upon you to show me.
Like I said. Let me speak to Misha and see what he thinks on the matter.
Yeah?
And we'll go from there. Before any drastic decisions are made, I will say this. I need to see for myself everything you're claiming happened. If what you said, if I see it with my own 2 eyes, then
What if he doesn't give you the chance?
Drastic measures have to be done. I don't know.
What if he just disappears again for weeks? Goes with unanswered questions. Then what?
Then I'll track him down myself and force the answers out of him if I have to!
Okay.
I've spent my whole life, Echo, wanting these answers.
I get it.
And if I have to die to get those answers, so be it.
Hey. You're not dying. Not if I have anything to say about that.
I'm just making sure you understand my point.
I do.
Then, like I said, I'll track him down myself to get those answers if I have to.
Okay.
Anything else you need to tell me before we part ways?
I don't think so. Yasha, Gregor, Kaizen, Uriel. I think that was it. Can't think of anything else.
Well, you know how to get in contact with me if you need to tell me anything.
Of course.
Seems like there's just a lot of information I need to talk to Misha about.
Yeah.
But, thank you.
Of course.
I'm probably just gonna go home. I got some stuff I gotta work on. I need to finish the repairs on my helmet. 'Cause I'm probably gonna need it.
I did figure out that you can put mending and unbreaking on protection poppets. So if you have the capability of doing that, please do so.
I will do so when I get home.
Yes, yes. I figured that out myself, so.
Alright, well, I won't keep you here. See you around.
Certainly.
What if... I don't want to just blindly believe Echo, but they're bringing up a lot of good points right now, so... And they haven't lied to me yet, so... They haven't given me a reason to not trust them. It's just... I just need to talk to Misha before I make any decisions. I need to see what he thinks would be best. Don't know if I'm gonna bring up that leadership thing, because honestly, whatever goes on there is none of my business, but... Oh, shit. Hi.
Hello.
How have you been?
Asleep for the past couple of weeks, but not too shabby.
That's good, that's good.
You seem startled to see me for some reason.
I was just thinking to myself, and I wasn't really paying attention to my surroundings.
Fair enough. I was baking a bit. Do you want something?
Sure. I could try to eat something. I haven't really had much of an appetite recently. Oh. Didn't mean to take all of them. Apple. Interesting. Oh, wow. That's really sugary.
It's the point, kind of.
But really good. Can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
If you found out that you had a family member that was in another faction, what would you do?
Well, I can't exactly speak from experience, but
I mean, this is hypothetical, obviously, not
I guess
not an actual question.
I would be sad because, well, I was separated from a member of my family, but I would know the rules of the games and how they work. Knowledge that we may have to face one another one day.
You think there's a way to avoid that, potentially?
I'm unsure. The host could have some sort of sick sense of pleasure to having family members face off against one another.
Well, I mean, yeah, you have a good point. I can't necessarily argue with that. Just, was just asking a hypothetical question, is all.
You look tired. You should go get some rest.
I'm not tired. I've been sleeping nonstop for weeks. There's just a lot going on in my head.
Fair enough.
Is Raya or Sophie around, if you know?
I
tell
don't
them.
believe so.
Shit. I needed to tell them something. You think they're... I don't expect you to know these answers. You've been asleep for a hot minute, but, would you by chance know when they would be around?
Maybe. I think they went on like an expedition or something like that recently.
Okay.
Could explain why they're out.
Probably something about the border being expanded I heard about a couple minutes ago. Wouldn't be surprised if the two are related.
Would you like to meet carbohydrates?
Sure. I don't mind. I need something to get my mind off of things. What do you think would happen if someone tried to run from the games?
I'd assume they'd be gunned down or something like that.
Figured. Just curious, I guess. Oh. Hello. Hello, fella.
This is carbohydrates.
Where'd you get them?
From the owl farm we have in the base.
Oh. That's new. I didn't know we had an owl farm now. How are the children over here doing?
Pretty good. They've got a new friend.
When I woke up, Jebediah and Frogbert were, like, so all over me. Probably thought I was dead.
They reacted the same thing when I finally woke up, so...
Oh, they're a lot like cats. Like, when you go into a deep sleep, they act like you're dead. That's just my observation.
I wouldn't put them past that.
Well, I mean, yes, there's no harm in telling you. People are gonna find out anyways if they haven't yet. But, I just found out something rather, shocking. And I think if I say it out loud, I'll stop being in denial. If that makes sense.
You don't have to share if you don't want to.
I feel like I have to. Like I said, I've been in denial about it for weeks, and it's just one of those things that...
Why don't you sit down with me by the fireplace?
I found out something about Misha and I. I don't know if you've met him.
I believe I have, yes. We had a tea party not too long ago.
I see. Well, I just found out that, he is my long-lost brother. And not only did I find out that he's my brother, we're actually twins. Crazy, huh?
Well, that makes things awkward concerning the whole romance thing.
Well, yeah, that's true. But there's also this third person who claims to be our older brother, but that's a whole other mess that I don't want to get too much into. I'm trying to scope him out, see if he's telling the truth or not. But it was just, it's one of those things where I feel like I had to say it out loud to stop denying it. Because, like, I know me and Misha clicked pretty much instantly when we first met, and everyone and their grandma picked up on it too. But to have it now be more than just like lighthearted teasing or whatever you want to call all of that, and actually, you know, look someone else in the eyes and call them your family. I don't know.
I suppose I can understand why that would be troubling to you. It's kind of a big revelation.
I guess part of me just wants to run. Part of me wants to try and fight it. And part of me just wants to curl up into a ball and cry for the rest of my life. Just cry for forever. But I don't know what to do. What if one of us dies? What if I finally found the piece of me that was missing and then I just lose it again?
I think that would be devastating. I had a sister. She died not too long before the games.
But I don't
She was...
But I don't want Misha to die. I don't know if that type of loss that you're describing is something that I can cope with.
I wasn't able to either. But the point is, I don't know.
I don't expect you to know the answer. I just needed to not have it just to myself.
Well, I appreciate you having the confidence to vent to me. It means a lot.
Not a problem. But I'm really sorry about your sister.
It was a long time ago.
I know, but I know what it's like to lose people who mean a lot to you. So just know that, well, that particular type of pain of losing a sibling is something that I can't relate to. I still do know what it's like to lose people. And it sucks. But I'm gonna leave you to it. Hopefully Raya and Sophie come back soon, cause like I said, I frankly need to have a bit of a discussion with them about some stuff and get some insight before I make any decisions.
Sounds good to me.
Just if you ever wanna, I don't know, have another one of these conversations, you know where to find me.
I'll consider your offer.
Alright, well, carbohydrates. It's nice meeting you, buddy. See you around. I feel a little bit better, I guess. I mean, I still feel bad about everything, but at least maybe I'll be able to get some answers. I'm probably just gonna take Echo's advice and I'll just do this later. I have a little bit of stuff, but not a whole bunch. I probably have emeralds back at my basement area, so I'm probably just gonna do that later. Oop, wrong button, guys. I know this stream has been super short. I apologize for that. I honestly only had that one thing planned. I probably could have just recorded it, but honestly I didn't want to record and edit a video, so I just made it a stream. I will hopefully have a much longer stream planned out later this week. I just need to talk to some people, but I hope the little drama-rama was thoroughly entertaining for you fellas. I'm going to let y'all head out. But with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this stream. I will hopefully do a longer one next week or later this week, and I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.